And I'm today's Master of Ceremonies. We have three speakers here today. First up will be our General Manager, Travis Painter. Then we'll have our Director of Communications, Preston Leinenbach. And then finally we'll have our President and the Frontier League President, John Stanley. And he'll make some final comments. And then after that, we will open the floor for questions from the media. And please make note, after the general questions, we will make everybody available for individual questions as well. So without any delay, here's our new General Manager, Travis Painter.
Thank you, Zane, and thank you to everybody for coming out today. Today is a very exciting day for the Evansville Otters franchise. Today, we are here to unveil a new look, the new logo branding for the Evansville Otters franchise. Pushed back a year following the cancellation of the 2020 Frontier League Championship season, so everybody's been sitting on this for quite a while and are very anxious to get it out there. The Evansville Otters would like to thank the following contributors to today's event. The Otters Ownership Group, Mr. Bill Bussing and the Bussing family for their support and backing of this project. Old National Bank for their longtime partnership and allowing us to use the location to host our announcement today. Hannah Tyring, project lead, creative direction, and graphic design and illustration. The Courthouse creative team for their time, hard work, creativity, and dedication throughout the process and making this all possible. Matt Wagner, design direction, and Lauren Stacer, custom type design as well. And also former Otters Assistant General Manager Elspeth Urbina for her time and effort and also making today a reality. We thank all of you for your time and dedication in this project. Baseball is the American pastime, a sport so embedded with history, culture, and American spirit that it commands a unique reverence. Evansville holds a special part in that history too. The third oldest ballpark in the country and home to America's ball game for over a century. So when we set out to come up with our new identity and our new logos, we wanted to develop a new brand for the franchise that, without question, would respectfully honor the magic of Fosse Field, both past and present. The new Evansville Otters brand communicates the values that are important to our organization, which are providing affordable, safe, fun entertainment for every demographic and remaining a community-driven organization. Thank you all for coming out today, and I hope you guys are excited about the new rebranding and logos as we are.
Next up, we have the Otters Director of Communications, Preston Leinenbach, who will go over the process, timeline, and he's going to unveil the logo that we all want to see and explain the rationale behind our franchise's new look. Preston?
Thank you so much, Zane. Appreciate the kind introduction, and I want to thank everyone that's here today. So many people who contributed to this project, and of course our loyal fans here in Evansville. We definitely appreciate y'all coming out here today and to those who are involved with this project. So the exciting process for this actual project began a long time ago. Thanks to 2020, it didn't come out as soon as we had hoped. We started actually in the fall of 2019, and we were hoping to have this ready for last year, but of course the pandemic had other plans. At first, the discussions kind of just centered around with our current, now old logo, and just kind of maybe tweaking the otter a little bit, not having him have the bushy mustache, if you will, and then just brightening the colors a little bit. But we decided that wasn't enough for our organization. We wanted to do a little bit more because the organization deserves more respect. And so we decided to put more into the project to redesign the new look for the Evansville Otters. And that includes, like I said, the Otter mascot, the typography in the logo as well, and the colors. After those initial discussions, we decided that that's kind of the direction we wanted to go. We want to do something bigger and better. So during the 2019-20 off season, we searched around, and thankfully Hannah, Matt, and Lauren, the Courthouse team, came into our lives, I guess you could say. We met with them with just initial discussions of what we were wanting to accomplish, what we were trying to envision, a good look for the Evansville Otters, and something that would just really connect with the Evansville community a little bit more. So after those early development meetings, we wanted to, again, just emphasize the Otters as Evansville's team. That was our big focal point, as well as respect to Evansville's professional baseball history. So after that, they went to work. They did the research, they looked up inspiration, looked up colors that would seem fitting for what we already had in terms of our scheme, but also what would work in terms of achieving our goals for this rebrand. And in a matter of time, it seemed that their team had everything lined out, ready to go with their first mock-ups. They sent it to us, we took a look at it, and the visual brand that they presented to us was exactly what we were looking for. The typography had a positive change to it that we all liked. The Otter was more representative of the image we wanted to share with the Evansville community. And the brighter color scheme, which enhances but yet still stays true to the Evansville Otters brand, but yet has a little bit more pop, but just an overall more exciting look. So therefore, I want to finish out with my initial comments here. After a year's postponement of this announcement, I would like to present to you the new logo brand of the Evansville Otters professional baseball team. So as you get your first look here at the new primary logo for the Evansville Otters, and obviously the thing that stands out, just to start out, the colors. Still blue, still red, still white, just a little bit of a different twist on it. You have more of an eye-popping blue, not as dark of a navy. The red, similar to the stitching of a baseball. We also have a light blue or a watery blue, because we are the River City, and our team is to represent the River Otters, not the Sea Otters. So with that in mind, we also kind of changed our white tone a little bit with more of a baseball hide or spin, if you will. As you would with a game-used baseball, it has a little bit of a wear and tear, but yet kind of a tannish look, cream, warm look to it as well. The new Otter, as we'll go more in depth about here in just a little bit. As you can see, completely different look. It doesn't have all the facial hair going on. It's a smoother look, and yet doesn't look as scary, especially to our younger fans, but yet it still has that kind of intimidating, mischievous look that we want to kind of share, and of course, hopefully put the fear into other teams in the Frontier League. The name and the typography, Evansville, a nice little script for Evansville, because we just think that's a classic typeface for baseball, and any baseball team. You go through the history of baseball, there's always that classic script. And then of course, the Evansville Otters, still the focal point with the typography listed there, but yet a nice strong baseball font that delivers the message we want to present. And overall, our new logo has nice curvatures to it. It's a smoother look. It's not as hard, especially with the lines. And overall, it's just a smoother, more presentable look that we can envision seeing on either on our team uniforms or in the gift shop with our merchandise. And next, we will take a look at our new E-Logo Insignias. So these are just two of the E insignias that we have. We do have other variations, but we just stuck to the two main ones that we'll be seeing later on in 2021 with our uniforms. They'll be primarily seen on the hats, right dead center for the road and home hats. And as you can tell, the E itself comes from the script Evansville that was on the primary logo. And I love the creative outlook of this because Hannah and the courthouse team tried to make the curvature look like an otter's tail, the way it curves around, the way it just kind of smooths around, and I think that was a genius selection on their part. And then the other thing that sticks out about these E insignias is if you look at some of the other E's around town, whether you visit Evansville or downtown Evansville, there's some similar script E's, but yet ours connects with those and the rest of Evansville, but yet it's still distinct in its own way. So now we will now take a more in-depth look on our word marks. So here are the three main word marks that we have. We do have other variations and colors as well, but these are the three that you will see mostly across the chest of the uniforms, as well as in some merchandise in our gift shop as well. And once again, you can kind of just see, again, the curvature of the script and just how from the E to now even this underneath the underscore, it's similar to an otter's tail, the way it just kind of bends around. And of course, the same for the otters at the bottom. It really just sticks out with the colors, a nice light blue behind it, and it's just, again, just a great look that we can just envision seeing on any piece of material, whether it be in the gift shop, a graphic, or on our uniforms. And we can't wait to unveil those later on. Next, we will take a more in-depth look at our otter mascot. So for our otter mascot, the colors that stick out about this, obviously the belly and the mouth area is similar to kind of the baseball warm white hide that we talked about earlier, but also the brown. It's similar to the dirt of the baseball field, and similar to the color of the dirt at the Unbossy field. But yet it also looks like the similar colors you would see on an otter, or even those that you would see at Vesper Park Zoo as well, which is also something that kind of came into a factor in our planning process. We also decided we wanted to make him throwing a baseball instead of having a baseball bat. A lot of teams go with the baseball bat just because that's kind of the classic look for a baseball logo, but yet for our team, especially in recent years, it's been pitching that has told the story about our franchise. We've sent a lot of pitchers to the affiliated baseball organizations, and we put up some incredible French League record-setting numbers in terms of our pitching staff as well. So we want to kind of give a credit to our pitching staff in this way. And again, this will be a great identifier without the word mark, because you can tell it's an otter. It's going to be on our logo with our new video board as well. It'll be on the merchandise, apparel in the gift shop, whether it be hats or shirts. And so it'll be just a great identifier for our team. And as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have the kind of the snarky grin with the growling teeth look like we had before. It's a little bit more kinder, especially not as scary as I mentioned to our younger fans, but yet it still has that intimidating look. It's ready to play ball, it's game time, so we definitely enjoyed that as part of our mascot. And then last but not least, for today's logo unveilings, we will look at our alternate sub-logo. So for our alternate sub-logo, it is very similar to some of the older baseball logos we have seen in the history of the game, with the circular border around it, with the Mascot logo dead center right in the middle of it, the rounded text around the edges. And this will primarily be used for the league, the Frontier League, for business purposes, as well as gift shop apparel. And the other thing that sticks out about it too for me and for the rest of our staff is, of course, Bostonville has the history of being one of the filming sites for the movie A League of Their Own. And it looks kind of similar to the patches that they would wear in that movie, as well as back in real life during the World War II era, with the icon in the middle and the circular text around it. So it kind of has that connection to it as well. So once again, with our colors, just the same scheme pretty much, with just a brighter, more eye-popping color scheme, and the light watery blue that we added. One, because again, supposed to be representing the river, but also kind of an homage to some of the previous baseball teams that have played here professionally in Evansville's history as well. So with that in mind, once again, the new Evansville Otters logo brand. We cannot wait to start presenting our new logo around the ballpark in our new look. The unveiling of the new uniforms will take place in May during the spring training season, so stay tuned for more information on that. Thank you.
And for closing remarks, we have our president and the president of the Frontier League, John Stanley, to talk more about the Evansville Otters in the league as we head into a new season in 2021. John?
Well, thank you, Zane. A couple things. Number one, I really like the new logo. I think it's great. People are going to love it. We get it out on t-shirts, and we really gave it a lot of thought in what we were going to do and the colors. And you heard press and explain that, and to me, it's going to be widely accepted and still maintain a lot of the traditions that we've had. So we worked on that for a long time, and we're just now getting to talk about it because we didn't get to play last year. We spent all spring saying, are we going to play or are we not going to play? And now I'm here to tell you that I'm really confident that we're going to play, and it's exciting. You've seen that we've put out the schedule, and we're doing a lot of activities to prepare for the season. Zane introduced me as the president of the Evansville Otters and the president of the Frontier League. Probably been going through somewhat of an identity crisis for myself over the last few months and decided what I really am. But I've spent a lot of time on both of them, and my conclusion is, while I really enjoy the work with the Frontier League, my first love and enjoyment is being here and working with the Evansville Otters. And we've got a lot of things in store. I want to tell you a little bit about what's going to be different this year that the fans are going to like, some about the league, and what we're looking at to get going at the start of this year. So, first of all, we spent the last year sort of redoing Bossy Field. You won't recognize it when you go to a game at night. What you're going to see there that we did not have before are LED lighting, and they're flashing lights. You've seen almost like video displays at concerts. It has a lot of that going on. If somebody hits a home run, the lights will flash, the outside lights are in different colors. It's a totally new experience. It's much brighter than it ever was before, and just is going to make a world of difference in the fun and the look of what it is. Then to go along with that, we wanted to put it up a new video board, and we have it. And it's big, it's really big. And you're going to be able to see it well. We'll be able to do a lot of activity, a lot of advertising, games on it. And it even adds little touches, like those of you that like to know how fast was that pitch just thrown by our pitcher. Well, there's a pitch speed on our video board, so you'll be able to see how fast was that pitch going forward. So we have a lot of new things. When the fans come out, they're really going to enjoy the amenities to go along with our new branding. I also then would shift over and tell you about competition a little bit in the league. Everybody here likes competition. You're in sports, and just in its simplest form, last year Major League Baseball realigned everything they did and changed all the teams. The impact to the Evansville Otters in the long run is that they now, instead of doing up to 40 rounds for Major League drafts, are down to 20. Major League Baseball has taken their teams from 160 to 120. So there is basically going to be a AAA, a AA, a single A, and a couple others. And then there are the partner leagues, primarily the Pioneer League, the American Association, the Atlantic League, and the Frontier League. So all those players that had been getting drafted into major league teams will now be free agents. And we will be out there trying to see who can play and who can't. The end game on all that is, I believe that the competition will really be good. Our players they've been good and they've been fun to watch, and there'll still be players that will have been long-time legacies and have that skill level to do it, undrafted players. But we will have a new pool of players, and the play will be very good. We thought we were going to get to play each other last year. We expanded the Frontier League from an 8-team league. It's now up to 16 teams. And just in the last few months, we added the Ottawa, Canada franchise. We added one in New York City called Tri-Cities. And so we've moved along to expand the marketplace. When you take a look, you always think that Evansville is a nice-sized city, and it is. But when it comes to that Frontier League right now, when you take a look, we would be one of the smaller markets. Our markets are in Ottawa, Quebec, New York City, New Jersey, Chicago, Cincinnati, St. Louis. And so we're playing against some good-sized markets, and we're really excited about that too. And then to grow what the Evansville Otters and the Frontier League are going to be like, so that you can be proud of your team and proud of your city, is that we are entering into a streaming arrangement with a company called Vimeo, so that every Frontier League game will now be on television. There'll be something like an NBC type TV or along those lines, to where you can go to our website and be able to say, I want to watch that game, whether we're playing at home or on the road, and be able to watch it. It'll be a real bonus for player exposure and their desire to play in the development league that we have in the Frontier League. And it'll be fun for all of you to be able to follow our players more regularly as we go along. And then last, after we get that competitive situation going, we continue to be very concerned about COVID. I was happy to see today that the age now is down to 45, where you can go get a shot. So any of you, yes, thank you. Any of you that are 45 to 49 can leave here right away and go try to find a shot somewhere. It's a good deal. But I think that continues that, and by the way, speaking of all of our young employees, it's nice to see all the Otters employees out here today supporting us. And we're looking forward to seeing you all on game day when we start to play. And what I will tell you is, thanks to Travis and all the work that we're doing, you can be pretty sure that you're going to feel safe. We've spent a ton of time on the safety and well-being of the fans when they come out there. I think we are set. It's going to get a little bit easier as we go forward and more people get the shots. But we are prepared to do social distancing, but we also are having a good growth in the number of people that we're going to be able to have into the facility. We worried about it. You know, initially it was going to be 500 people, and it's going to all of you that are aware of the improvements in our county are going to allow us to have a lot of fans. We'll make sure that you are safe and coming out. And then you may ask, well, is anybody going to show up? We don't know the answer to that, but we're hopeful all of you will be there. And then on top of that, our early responses are good. We've sold a lot of season tickets so far to people that have never been Otters season ticket holders before. And we've also gotten off to a good start on group sales with several companies saying, we'd like to do it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun when they come out there. So if you're thinking about groups or tickets yourself, I would welcome anyone to call us and do that. Interestingly enough, Travis told me the other day that on the elite seats down there with the social distancing we have to do, we're almost sold out. Can't get one of those tickets anymore. So it's continuing to show interest and excitement about that. So we have a lot to look forward to, and to keep everybody happy and safe in what is going to be a new environment for everything. I'm really excited. I missed that last year. I missed seeing the people. I missed seeing the game day workers, the players, and everything. When I talked to our manager, Andy McCauley, he's ecstatic. He said, John, we're going to have good players, and we're going to have a fun team. We're going to have a fun time out there. And I know that our staff is excited, and all of you who I see more regularly will be out there as well. And it'll be nice to get back to a day-to-day routine, hopefully, as we go forward. So we are absolutely ready to play baseball in 2021 and excited about it. And I just wanted to let you know a lot about what's happening in the league, why we're going to be very competitive, and it will be different, what we're doing to be ready for you, and some of the changes that you'll see when you get out to Boston Field this year. So I'm hopeful to see you all soon, even on the first day or the first exhibition games. And thank you all for coming out, and I'll turn it back to Zane. Thank you, Zane.
Thank you, John. And then at this time, we will open to questions from the media. And a reminder, so media, do we need anybody general questions? No, or just want to do individual? Okay, so we'll skip to that. Once again, the Evansville Otters would like to thank the following contributors for today's event. The Otters ownership group, Mr. Bill Bussing, and Bill is back in the back, so let's give Bill a big round of applause. Also applaud his family. Old National Bank for letting us use this location here today. Hannah Tyring, let's give Hannah another round of applause. Matt Wagner, let's give him a round of applause, please. Lauren Stacer, and the Courthouse Creative Team. And also we have former Otters Assistant General Manager Elspeth Urbina. Let's give Elspeth a big round of applause. The franchise thanks all of these individuals and so many more who have done such great work with this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's announcement. On behalf of the Evansville Otters baseball team, thank you for attending today's unveiling. And let me just say, I can't wait to see all of you at Bosse Field here later this year in 2021. It's been too long. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and thanks for being here today. Go Otters!